feel like you are running out of space?
I need more space.
This is a common problem, and today I want to talk about how to find more space in your home. Well, hey, if we haven't met before, my name is Betsy. I have a wonderful husband and 3 small kids, and today I just want to talk a little bit about how to find more space in your home. I have 5 tips that I hope will be helpful for you. These have definitely been helpful for me. We are a family of 5 that lives in a 1,000 square foot house. This issue of running out of space is definitely a common problem. It's something that my husband and I have faced as we have added children to our family. It becomes more and more of a challenge to find out where to store things, to figure out how to make it so that the house does not feel crammed full of stuff. And so today I have 5 tips on how to find more space in your home. Now, tip number 1, and you might have guessed this might be the first tip, but that is to declutter. Now, don't turn off the video. I know this seems very obvious.
Right, obviously.
But oftentimes we jump to looking for storage solutions before we've decluttered. And this is something that I have been guilty of so many times. I take a walk through Target or Walmart or wherever, and I see the storage bins, and some of them are really cute, and I'm like, this would be the solution to my problems.
Yes!
I end up buying storage bins and boxes and things, and that really does not solve my problem because really I've just brought more stuff into an already full house. Really evaluate the things you have in your home. Really evaluate if there's stuff that you need to get rid of, and I would really encourage you to be ruthless. This is something that I am going to be doing as well. I just had a baby, and with the pregnancy and having a newborn, things have kind of piled up in our house, and I'm very much feeling the need to kind of clear out space again, and finding that I really need to take a hard look at the items that we have in our home and things that we have held on to that maybe just need to be let go. Tip number 2, eliminate excess furniture or use multi-purpose furniture. You would be surprised how many pieces of furniture we have in our homes that quite possibly don't need to be there. It can be really helpful to take a look around at the furniture that we have in our homes and say, okay, do I really need this? And you'll find that even just getting rid of a few items of furniture can be so huge in creating more space in your home, space to breathe and space to move, and it's easier to clean. The second piece of that is using furniture that is multi-purpose. A couch that has a chase on it, and you lift that up and there's blanket storage underneath. We have a coffee table in our living room. We have like 6 cubby holes in ours that have baskets in there, and those have been a lifesaver with little kids. A quick way to organize and store toys, especially when they were kind of baby toddler age, allowed me to get the living room clean really fast. But just to take a critical eye and be looking at the furniture in your house, how could you make it multi-purpose? Or if you're looking to replace something, how could you replace it with a piece of furniture that could serve more than one function? Tip number 3 is to get stuff off of the floor. And this is a big one. This one drives me crazy. And I have a hard time with this because, like I said, we've got 3 kids. There's a lot going on in our house. But honestly, the more that you can get stuff up off the floor, the more floor space you're going to have, and the more space it's going to feel like you have in your home. I'm looking around our house and seeing there is stuff that I just, you kind of get used to things just being in a certain spot and you just keep walking by them and don't notice, but thinking, does that really need to be there? Do I really need that on the floor?
Probably not.
A great example of this would be the hamper in our kids' room that hangs on the back of their door. Anything that we can do to get stuff up off of the floor and give the kids more floor space goes a long way towards creating more space in that room. That hamper is just one example, but the more you can get stuff up off the floor, the more space you're going to feel like you have in your home. Tip number 4 is to utilize wasted space. A couple of good examples of this would be really tall or deep kitchen cupboards, getting things like these racks that hang or can be installed on the top of the cupboard to create more shelving and more space so that things are more accessible and you're utilizing more of that tall, deep space. Another one is closets. Closets are infamous for having one shelf that goes along the top of the closet, and then you've got all this space up there that's not being used. I have tried my best to maximize that space both in our closet, my husband's and my closet, and in our kids' closet. And then we just recently also even did that in our entry closet. We installed an additional shelf and were able to store those things up in the entry closet, and there was just so much space up there that was not being utilized. Another great example is under beds. Those things can make a big difference house when you're living in a smaller space. Tip number 5 is to maximize storage spaces. Attic, basement, storage closet, places like this that are in our home that are specifically meant to be for storage. And sometimes it feels like, well, duh, of course, maximize your storage space.
Really not that complicated.
But for me, what I end up doing oftentimes is chucking stuff in the storage space and not really being strategic in how I'm storing things in there. Attic is a prime example. I'll just kind of put stuff up there. I'll just kind of shove it up there and it's like, it's up there. I don't have to deal with it. But really, it really is so important to maximize your storage spaces as much as possible to keep them as organized as possible. And so if you've got a storage closet in your house, a storage room, if you've got an attic, if you've got a basement, really making sure that you are organizing that space, that you are making the most of it, whether through shelving or different organizing options. It is going to go such a long way towards clearing real estate in the main area of your house if your storage areas are under control. So I hope this video has been an encouragement for you. We love the home that we live in as a family. We are so thankful for it. And honestly, I consider it a challenge many times to figure out how to find the best storage solutions, how to make it so that our home is as comfortable and warm and inviting as possible, and that there is space to hang out, there's space to be able to clean easily, there's space to be able to kind of do life as a family. And so I hope these suggestions are also helpful for you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.